Hey, okay. I just had a meltdown because the Instagram wasn't working, but I think we might be good to go. Okay, Facebook is active. I feel like I'm living a little bit in like a caffeine high today, um, because this is a really, really big day for me. I've had a massive pivot in my business, a massive kind of, I think loads of people have who run businesses, especially bricks and mortar businesses. And I sort of started really working on online business and seeing a real kind of opportunity to work with a larger group of people. And really hone in on kind of what my customers needed. I've done some challenges now, I've done 3 challenges. I've got an online membership. But something that I've always been passionate about is working with beginners. Hence my 5-day beginners course that finishes today. Now, there's just no way that in 5 days you can go over everything that would empower a beginner to go into classes and feel confident and ready and kind of not feel like they're swimming in the dark. And so I decided that what would really work for this is a tailored amount of time, and a tailored course. I've done loads of beginner workshops, so sort of like a 3-hour workshop. And still, you're only very much touching the surface. And, you need to give your muscles and your body time to kind of take in the information that you're giving them, take in the strength, the flexibility, and then learn on that and adapt on it. And it's just not possible to do that in a 3-hour period of time. It's just not possible to do that in a 5-day challenge, which is why I've created this 8-week course. And yeah, I can't wait to get started with it. It is literally something that since forever, so some of you might know this about me, but I've kind of been a teacher forever. I was a tree planting coach. One day I'll go into details about tree planting. There's loads of you guys that don't know anything about that part of my past. And then I became a secondary school teacher, did that for almost 10 years in Hackney. And I always loved working with the kids that, maybe were struggling a little bit. I often had the kind of naughty kids following me into my classrooms because they weren't allowed to go to other classes. I've just always, not saying that yogis are naughty. Some of you are. Some of you definitely are. And I've definitely taught some of you who are really cheeky. But I've always kind of felt that there doesn't need to be a cool kids club. There doesn't need to be a clique. And, yoga can be cliquey. Yoga can be really intimidating. Yoga can be, one size fits all kind of feeling. And, that's just not what yoga is about. There's a real hierarchy within the yoga community. And, I've just never prescribed to hierarchy. And the impact that yoga has had on my life, I just want to give that to others, which is why I've designed this course and which is why I'm focusing on beginners. And a beginner could be somebody who's literally never even stepped on a yoga mat, to someone who's, done a few online classes or maybe even been to a few classes. But you're someone who maybe feels a bit like a fish out of water, maybe wants to get in touch with the foundations of yoga. Maybe he's been practicing for a while, but it's just like, this doesn't feel right. I feel like I might injure myself, etc. So there's lots of people who this could be accessible for. So whether you've wanted to start practicing for a while, or, maybe you have got a yoga mat, maybe it's collecting dust and not really getting your body on it very often. You may have done a class here and there. But perhaps it's never gone much further. And perhaps, whether it's yoga or not, maybe you're like, I just wish that I had a form of exercise that I loved doing, that got me moving, and that kind of fed into my mental health and the way I was feeling emotionally and physically, and you've not found it yet. For me, that was yoga. I was constantly going to the gym and doing all of these things. And then I found yoga, and suddenly I was, really changing and really feeling the benefits. And I was showing up as well. But, it can be overwhelming, especially starting something new. And being a beginner is tough, but it doesn't have to be. And that's why this this course is so nice is because we're getting a group of people together. We're kind of all at the same stage, making progress together. So yeah, I've been working physically, like developing it for the last 4 months, but I would say that this is something that's been brewing inside of me forever, because it is such a passion of mine. So yeah, it's the 8-week beginners course. It's a labor of love, and you know, it really does represent what I went through as a beginner. I am not a natural yogi. I'm not naturally that flexible. You know, I can't get myself into, you know, all those crazy yoga poses. Yeah, I can do some, and they are things that I've been working on, but I've got injuries and other things going on. And I wanted to create a program that was designed to help somebody who is brand new with this step-by-step basic guide to make you feel like you're making progress rather than just being frustrated. So it's a transformational 8-week course. It's taking somebody who, you know, is quite fresh to yoga, and it's getting you to a place where you feel confident going into a yoga studio, maybe one day in the future, or, you know, logging onto an online class, logging onto a YouTube class, maybe getting my membership and carrying on with me there. And I think it's important that, you know, not all teachers are the same in any profession, okay? In any profession whatsoever. And I do think that there is something about being someone who isn't naturally good at the topic that you're teaching so that you're able to break things down. And, you know, what I mean by that is I am not naturally flexible. I've not been able to just walk into a yoga class and, you know, get myself into all these poses. I've had to work really hard. I've had to learn, you know, exactly what muscles I need to work on, to lengthen, to strengthen, etc. And I do feel that this makes me a better teacher. My struggle makes me a better teacher. You know, it's my real kind of honey spot, is really breaking things down. It's where I thrive, and it's really what I do. In this 8-week course, you're going to learn how to control not only your mind, but your body. You're going to gain confidence. You're going to gain strength. You're going to gain flexibility. You'll also gain a lot of knowledge. You know, you're going to gain knowledge about your own body, about the anatomy of your body, about, you know, the mind-body connection. And it's going to be that step-by-step process. And so why is that step-by-step process so important? Well, it's going to save you time. It's going to empower you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to make it not overwhelming. It's not going to be a course that you buy and then you never use. I promise you, you're going to show up, and this course is going to give you results, and you're going to start to feel them as early as week 1. So perhaps you're facing, you know, these kinds of problems in that you want to start yoga, but you really don't know where to start or how to start. There's so many different classes. There's so many different styles. There's, you know, it's just a market that is completely saturated. You have past injuries. Loads of people have past injuries or, you know, funky things that are going on with their bodies, and you're worried. You're worried, rightly so, that you're going to injure yourself or push yourself too far. This happens a lot. I see it so often, and a lot of the people that I work with come to me with past injuries or injuries that they've got at the gym or CrossFit or something else, and then we work on rehabbing that. You might be someone who desperately wants to escape diet culture, comparison, self-loathing. Hello, that was me. Yoga has moved me really beyond that. You might want to enjoy exercise and feel excited to do it rather than, you know, kind of loathing it and dreading it. And you want to live your life with more joy, okay? You want to build confidence, you want to feel stronger, and you want to gain flexibility. So if this sounds like you, I want you to know that I have a promise for you. And the promise is that you're going to learn the basics of yoga, and you're going to feel confident going into a yoga studio or carrying on with classes online. And I promise that you will feel empowered, you will feel connected, you will feel confident, and you will feel inspired. I promise you all of these things. They're definitely going to happen. I promise that you will feel stronger and more flexible. That's just going to happen. It's a lovely benefit of yoga. I promise that you'll feel more in control of your emotions and enjoy coming to practice on the mat each day. That's definitely going to happen. You're going to look forward to doing this course. It's going to be time for you, and time for you to really enjoy learning. I promise that you're not going to care about the calories and the inches lost, and you're going to start to really love the body that you're in. That is probably in like my hierarchy of promises, it's like almost right at the top. So if you are ready to rid yourself of negative self-beliefs and feel empowered and maybe try something new, maybe you want to gain confidence, strength, flexibility, work on your breath. If you enjoy movement and exercise, if you want to feel excited, exercise and being healthy doesn't have to be something that you don't enjoy and that you dread. Maybe you're sick of getting gym memberships and not using them. Not many of us have gym memberships at the time, right now, I mean. If you're tired of punishing your body, like, you eat a cookie and then the next day you're like, oh, I need to go run around the block like 6 times. That doesn't have to be our relationship with exercise. It doesn't have to be this punishment to ourselves for something that we've done or not done. And if you kind of wish that you could just stop comparing yourself to others, again, hand up, I was a massive, massive comparison sufferer. So really, yoga was my turning point, and, I hope that it can be yours too. So you can do this by following this course, especially, it's designed for beginners, and it is going to be like a massive eye-opening experience. Beginner gains are real, they're incredible. Each week you're going to receive a new module. So you're not going to get the 8 weeks of content at once, which I think would be extremely overwhelming. So you're going to get it drip fed to you. So each week you're going to get a new topic, a new class videos, and I'll explain what that looks like in more detail. You're not going to feel drowned in content, which can happen. And you get lost in that content. You're like, oh my God, where was I? I don't even know what's going on. And I will be there every step of the way. We're going to have a small supportive community, a Facebook community. But again, don't worry if you don't have Facebook. You're going to have access to me on email, any questions that you need. The group is going to help keep you accountable, help support you, and help encourage you. And that's been happening massively in the 5-day challenge. I have loved watching all of you communicate and chat to each other. It's been absolutely incredible. The lessons, of course, are going to be accessible. Okay, so yes, we're all beginners, but all of us will be at different levels and all of us will have different body stuff going on. So don't worry, I will be catering these classes. And once you join the program, you can then tell me more about your body and I can plan those classes with you in mind to suit your injuries or specific needs. So yoga can be exciting and it will be challenging. I'm not going to lie to you and say that this is going to be easy peasy because, you're going to have to work, but you're going to feel yourself making progress. And to make progress, you need to have challenge, okay? Nobody is going to make progress by sitting on the couch and eating a bag of crisps. It's just not going to happen. Netflix series aren't going to help you make progress. And you will be waiting every Monday like, ooh, new module. What are we going to get this week? Like, I promise you, there'll be that level of excitement. You'll enjoy movement and exercise. And you'll discover a way also, so talking a lot about the physical, you'll also discover a way to control the emotions. So we're going to be looking at meditation and breathing. And it is just this whole wonderful wavy, like everything kind of works together. So when you're working on the physical, you're feeling the benefits on the mental, and it's just wonderful. You'll understand, techniques for meditation and mindfulness, and you'll find methods that work for you. Okay, so that's really important. These methods that work for you, and they make you feel better. And then, you can explain these, and you can do some of these with, your partner at home or family or children. All of this stuff, you can then feel empowered that you have these tools and then teach others. You will feel excited and inspired by this new energy, this new mindset, and it really will foster progress and achievement beyond just that, yoga class, beyond just the mat. You'll feel it really start to bleed into all areas, all aspects of your life, okay? Mostly you won't have to wait till the end of the 8-week course, okay? You will start to feel this change. If you've been on the 5-day challenge with me, guys, you will already, and I know it's true because you've all been talking about it in the group, but you've felt this change. And, if you have done the 5-day challenge and you've got a little taste of it, why stop that progress now? Like, make the decision, make the choice, invest in yourself and say, do you know what? This course, yes, it's intense. Yes, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to make sure that I do this because it's going to save me so much time. It's going to get me to that position that I really want to get to, that place that I really want to get to. So many excuses all the time for why people can't do yoga. One of my favorite ones is I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible enough. And my counter to that is saying you're too inflexible to do yoga is like saying you're too dirty to have a shower. is silly, okay? You are working on your body and your body alone. And this is where that comparison really, we learn that, you know, it's our body that matters. This is our body. It's incredible. We need to love it. We need to give it a lot more gratitude for what it does. And actually, it doesn't matter that that person, you know, in the other video is touching their toes or standing on their head, because it only matters what's happening in my body. So yoga is designed to help you in your body. Another excuse is I need to lose weight before I do yoga. Not true. Okay, I'm going to get my belly out in front of you as much as I possibly can. It really doesn't matter. Like, I get it all the time, and I just want you to know that yoga is accessible and every single body type can do yoga. There is no sizeism in yoga. You know, you can be pear-shaped, apple-shaped, strawberry-shaped, whatever, and you can do yoga. I'm not very spiritual, okay? So there are so many branches of yoga that, you know, some of them can be really, really spiritual, really focusing on chanting and focusing on, you know, a lot of that philosophy. This yoga course is going to be really grounded in kind of practicalities to start. I want you to feel confident in your body. I want you to make sure you're not injuring yourself. From there, then, you know, you can move in any direction, but it doesn't matter if you're not spiritual. You know, I'm not exactly, I definitely wasn't when I first started the most spiritual person in the world. I've grown to be more spiritual within my practice. But yeah, you know, it happens to some people, and to other people, you know, that's never a limb of yoga that they're that interested in. I'm not good enough to do this yoga course. No, I'm not accepting it. Okay. It is designed for beginners. It is designed for people who, you know, aren't good at yoga. Like, that's a silly concept anyways, a silly definition. There's no trophy, there's no winner's circle, there's none of that in yoga. It's not a race, it's not a competition. So we're all here and we're all going to stay here. We're never going to kind of be one better than the other. I'm not giving out stickers at the end of the lessons, guys. So let go of those excuses. Let's move on. So let's get to the meaty bits. So what is included in this course? And there is a lot, okay? So you get recorded content. So like I said, the modules get released weekly. So the recorded content, you've got lifetime access to this. So, you know, even if you do fall behind, that's fine because you've got that content. You get 2 live classes a week, okay? So you have the recorded content, but you also have 2 times a week where you get to do a class with me and you get to ask me questions and I get to see the skills that you're developing. There are 4 big bad boy bonuses included that I'll go through in more detail. You're going to get handouts, PDFs, some checklists, like some just nice stuff. If you're like somebody who likes a printout, I've got them for you. And then you've also got the community, okay? And the community is so invaluable just in itself, because when you're in that community, you're held to be accountable, you're encouraged, you get the chance to encourage others. And I think that that just is the sweet spot. It's the thing that's going to make you stay in the course. It's the thing that's going to make you push yourself. It's the thing that's going to make it more than just some online course that you bought that you just have to work through the modules on your own. That's not going to be the case. So I'm just going to really quickly go through the topic of each week, okay? So each week there's going to be a different topic, and I think it's nice to just have a little outline so that you can visualize what that course might look like. So week 1, we're going to look at breath and meditation. So we're going to explore breathing and meditation to expand, to calm, and control the mind. You'll understand the muscles used for breathing, which most of us don't know. You're going to explore yoga philosophy, like what is yoga? What is it? And you're going to have a posture clinic. So you're going to have a posture clinic of cat-cow, shavasana, sitting. You're going to have a posture clinic of tabletop and puppy pose. So you also are going to have 40 poses by the end of the course of these small sort of 5-minute long videos where I talk you through how to do that pose. So that's really helpful as well. So sun salutations, that's going to be week 2. We'll start to include more movement and poses within the classic Sun A and Sun B. So we'll go over those. Exploration of the inner critic, and we're going to look at loving kindness meditation. We're going to look at Tadasana, downward dog, forward fold, warrior 1, and plank. So those are poses we'll look at then. Week 3 is vinyasa flow. So one of my faves. We're going to start to look at how we kind of piece poses together, focusing on transitions, okay, and vinyasa. We're going to look at arm strength and the anatomy of the shoulder in detail. And we're going to look at warrior 2, reverse warrior, extended side angle, triangle, and pyramid pose. Week 4 is going to be balance, bum, and feet. This week is all about finding balance in practice as well as our mind. We're going to look at balancing poses that use our glutes. Okay, so the glutes are super important with balance. And we're going to look at tree pose, dancer's pose, half moon, revolved, triangle, and warrior 3. Don't worry if you have absolutely no idea what these poses mean. Week 5, we look at seated and hamstrings. I know everybody wants to talk about the hamstrings. So this week is all about the seated poses and alignment in our seated poses. We're going to explore hamstrings, looking at how to create more space in them, but also how to strengthen them. Yoga's all about balance. We don't just want direct flexibility. We want flexibility and strength. We're going to look at butterfly pose, runner's lunge, seated wide leg forward fold, Paschimottanasana, Janushirasana, and Dandasana. Again, don't worry if you don't know what that means. Week 6, we're going to look at the hips. The hips don't lie. This week is all about the hips and understanding them. We'll look at creating more mobility and strength throughout the hip flexors. We're going to look at poses like lizard pose, frog pose, standing forward fold, pigeon pose, reclined pigeon, and squat pose. Squat's a big one. We all need to become better at squatting. Week 7 is full core, hardcore. So looking at the whole kind of circumference of the core. We'll be taking a swan dive into what the core is, how to strengthen, how to do core moves safely, how to breathe when doing core moves, and we're going to explore the muscles that wrap around the torso. Posture Clinic is going to be boat pose, chair pose, side plank, forearm plank, and locust pose. And then finally, guys, our last week, we're going to explore the spine and the planes of movement. So I wanted to wait until we really understood how to listen to our body and how we could use the core to protect the spine and breathe before we started looking at back bends and deep twists. Because I think this is where people are scared and this is where people fear injury. So we wait to the last week to really delve into them. It might be the most challenging week for some. I'm definitely going to work you hard this week. We're going to look at bridge pose, wheel pose, camel pose, standing back bend, upward dog, plow, fish pose, and seated twists. So that is kind of the wrap up of the program of the 8 weeks. Included in this 8-week course, when you buy the course, you get access to 4 bonuses. And these 4 bonuses on their own are worth £440. So on their own, you know, they're worth almost the entire cost of the course. So you're going to get the Happy Hips course. Okay. This focuses on gravity yoga, finding space in the hips. You're going to get the 10 days of abundance course. This is an incredible course for mindset. So if you suffer with imposter syndrome or like a negative kind of self-belief or inner critic, this is an incredible course. It's a lot of meditation, journaling, as well as yoga, obviously. Then you also are going to get access to a workshop that I did recently, which is on reflecting and goal setting. And there's a lovely yoga nidra. So it's a really nice one to possibly do before we start the course. So the course doesn't start till February. So when you buy the course, you get access to these bonuses. And then you can, you know, do this before the course starts and maybe set some goals for yourself. And then the last one is a yoga practice bundle. So you're going to get a whole kind of handful of classes that you can have access to continue your practice after we finish. So you'll have a Fire Up the Core workshop. You'll get a loving kindness meditation, yoga nidra for better sleep, a chaturanga workshop, yin yoga using the wall, gravity yoga for the hamstrings, and restorative yoga for the back. So like I said, the total value of those bonuses is £440, and the total value of the course is £1,540. Okay, that is the total value of everything that you're getting for that course, but the cost of the course is only £450. So you are getting a massive amount of value for a cost. You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush. £450 is still a lot of money, but what you're getting for that course and what you're going to sort of tell your mind by investing in yourself is that you're worthy. So you get those added bonuses, course recordings, live videos, extra handouts. I'm also going to make each week a made-for-you music playlist. Music is a huge part of mine and my family's life. So I'm going to make a bespoke kind of playlist for you each week. You're going to have Q&As and you're going to have a community group. Okay, so that's like 60 videos, 15 downloads, 16 live classes, 4 bonuses. It's just, you know, jam-packed. So you can do it in one payment of £450. You can do a payment plan, so 2 payments of £230. That's an option as well. So you pay one month, and then the second payment the next. And then I've also got a VIP package. So I'm only going to offer this to 10 people because I don't have the human accessibility to offer it to any more. So 10 people, it's also going to include one-on-one each week. So we design a program. You can send me an email about stuff that you want to work on, what you don't get. And that VIP package is £730. So the cost of the course plus the one-on-ones. And again, you're saving value because one-on-ones with me are about £45 and these one-on-one editions are only about £35. So there is a lot. And if that is something that you want to do, 100% I would recommend it because it is going to sort of supercharge this program for yourself. So getting close to wrapping up, guys. I'm definitely going to need a sip of water and maybe a nice glass of red wine tonight. But this course is for you if you're a beginner. Okay, clues in the name. You maybe practiced yoga before, but maybe not for years, or you want to go back to basics. Maybe you want to learn about anatomy or empower the body. You maybe want to feel stronger. You want to gain flexibility. You want to feel calmer, less anxious. Okay, that's for you. Maybe you want to gain confidence and learn about yoga. Maybe you're not sure of the first few steps that you need to take or the process of the classes. This is kind of why that course is so important. Remember, it's going to save you loads of time. This course is for you if maybe you've tried some classes, but you've struggled, okay? It happens all the time. People come in, do a class, they feel like an absolute numpty, don't know what the hell's going on, and they never come back. And it just breaks my heart. It feels so bad for it. You spend so much time being confused that you just think, oh, well, I'm not getting any benefits from this. I'm not going to do it. So if that's you, this course is for you. And also this course is for you if you've got big dreams and aspirations in your life, but you feel like you never get close to them. You feel like you're never making progress, or perhaps that you even deserve them. Yoga will provide you with clarity that will make it easier for you to move forwards, okay? To invest in making this positive change in your life. I promise you that. Is this course right for you? This course is right for anyone who's never done any yoga or is relatively new to yoga, or maybe feels like I've done a bit before, but it's been so long since I've practiced. And it would also be really good for anyone wanting to strip things right back and go right back to basics. What if I don't use Facebook? That's fine. I'll send you anything I do on Facebook via email, and you'll have access to me for the duration of the 8 weeks via email. What is the time commitment? I would say around 3 hours a week, okay? In terms of the practice that you need to do, you need to dedicate about 3 hours a week, which I think is accessible for most people. You just have to plan it in. Will you have lifetime access to the course? Yep. The answer is yes. You're going to have lifetime access to what's in the Facebook group. You're going to have lifetime access to that course. I'm never going to block you out of it. Just some little facts about me, okay? I didn't start yoga till I was in my 30s, and I never thought that yoga was for me. Never. Okay, I just was like, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm not flexible enough. And then I realized how wrong I was. I never enjoyed really going to the gym. And I always felt that the only reason to do exercise was to lose weight. Not true. I'm not naturally flexible or good at yoga. I used to have disordered eating and I suffer from comparison. I don't anymore, which is really important. And I do just kind of put that down to my yoga practice. I used to be assistant lead at a secondary school, and I taught English for almost 10 years. I changed careers, opened a yoga studio, and I've taught too many classes to count. I tried to think about it the other day, and it must be in the thousands by now. And yeah, yoga has changed my life. Guys, I have been there. I have been to the yoga classes where you feel like a complete alien next to all these graceful yogis. I've done the yo-yo dieting. I've been a slave to Diet Starts Tomorrow, to diet culture. I've hated almost everything there is about me, and now I just completely embrace myself, and I do just credit so much of that to my yoga practice. I want you to love the skin you're in. I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel confident, and I guarantee that this 8-week program will help get you closer. 100%. That is like my biggest guarantee to you. We've all got to start somewhere, okay? And that somewhere is here. So I've been yammering at you now for 30 minutes. If you have any questions at all, guys, please, please, please let me know. and send me a DM. The link to this course is, if you're on Instagram, it's in the bio. If you're on Facebook, it's attached to this live. I really, really, really hope to see as many of you in this beginner's course as possible. It is going to be incredible. It's going to be transformational. I can't wait. You have got 2 weeks to join the course. We start on February 1st and the course goes until March 31st. And yeah, I think that's everything that I've got to say. I'm making French onion soup downstairs, so I'm going to go get back to it and then dig in. So let me know if you've got any questions. Send me a message, send me a DM, and I will see you all later. Bye.